Amen? I get really sentimental on these days because I just don't take them for granted. Right, in full transparency, there were probably parts in our history I never thought we'd see year 4. Right, some low points are year 4 seems forever, and we're here. And so I want to celebrate because, and I want to be really clear, I should say, we didn't make it to year 4 because we have some really strong infrastructure. We didn't make it to year 4 because we're great at planning and we have these emergency backup plans. We made it to year 4 because God is faithful. And that's not just something we say cliche. I genuinely mean that from the depths of my heart. This little ragtag group of people, we probably should have been squashed quite a ways ago. But God, in His glory and in His goodness, has decided that He wants us to continue. And so I want you guys to know that we mean that. In the depths of our heart, we are here because of God. And He's the hero of our story. He's the main character. He's the author and perfecter of Prodigal story. And every single one of us just should ask and say, God's leading us. And we made it to year 4 because God was good to us. And I hope He's good enough to get us to year 5. And a year from now, hopefully we'll celebrate and say the same thing, that God is good. I want to take a second and really speak to how proud I am of you guys. I have never heard of a single church having 4 different locations in 1 year. Right? The middle school, the movie theaters, the park, and now Calvary. There's a girl, she's not here tonight, but there's a girl, and I kid you not, she'd only been to Prodigal 4 times, and every single time she came, there's a new location. I just so bad for her. I'm like, I swear it's not always like this, it's just bad luck. But it's crazy. But I really want to say how proud I am of you guys who are here with us. And it's weird when churches lose places, and it's awkward. It's not a typical model when churches bounce around. And yet, I'll never forget the day that I told you guys we got kicked out of the movie theater. And I was so afraid that the response was going to be sad and even discouraged, or even that possibly it was going to fail. And I had certain people come up to me and look me square in the eyes like I'd never been looked and said, "Matt, I'm not going anywhere." And I'm just so proud of you guys. Because from the whole beginning of this church, we wanted to be something bigger than the building. We didn't ever want to be about the physical place we met. We wanted to be about this right here. And we were tested this year. It's easy to say cliche statements like that. It's different to back it up. And 4 locations later, here we are. We're celebrating as a family. I'm really, really proud of you guys. And I just say it's an honor to be here with you guys on this day and to still look you guys eye to eye and say we're family. And so what we thought we'd do today, right, we do enough. I love preaching. I love opening up God's Word. But I think there's certain times where we get to break the mold, and God is perfectly okay with that. Today, I really want to hear from you guys. In typical Prodigal fashion, we're family. And I do a lot of talking, and that's not the way it always needs to be. You guys have powerful voices and powerful things to say. And so what I'd love to do, just take some minutes here, is I'd love to hear how God moved in your life this year. It doesn't have to be this rainbow, perfectly bowed story of how it came to completion. You can share what you're in the midst of right now. You can share the struggle. You can share the hardship. You can share the joy. But we're family. And I thought, what a way to kick off the year by just having a good old family conversation where we hear from each other, to celebrate, to pray, to mourn, to whatever it is. So with that, if you guys want to raise your hand, I'll pass the mic around. I'd love to hear what God taught you this year, what you're going to take with you in 2019. What has He shown you? And we'll say hi to Anna.
Hi guys. You know what? That's fine. So I actually started coming to Prodigal consistently last year. Well, yeah, it's weird to say. Yeah, it's 2018. So early in 2018, I started really coming to Prodigal, and it was kind of right on the edge of when it was starting to get all strained with like, where are we going and where are we moving? And I wasn't even sure that this was where I was supposed to be. And it was funny because I was in this season of just sort of like everything was going to be up in the air. It was really interesting because my living situation turned topsy-turvy when Prodigals did. And so it was interesting. I was on a couch for 2 weeks with my dog and my cat in my friend's apartment. And I was just like, God, where are you? And I had one of those moments where I was really angry. And I was like, God, I'm on a couch. You said you were faithful. Like, where are you? And I challenged him. I was like, God, I need to see you right now. And over those couple months where that was all happening and taking place, I was starting to have some really bad physical things happen. I was getting really bad migraines. I'd have a headache for 3 days straight. Wouldn't be able to go to work. I worked at Disneyland, and so when we were at the fireworks and the migraine, not a good idea. So I was always like, can't do this. I gotta sleep. I gotta get better. I was having body aches and pains. I finally went to a doctor to figure out what was wrong, and they said, you have depression. I was like, what? I thought I kicked that years ago, and like I thought, you're a doctor, you can't just like, say that to me. And I called my mom, who's a psychologist, asking if that was possible. She's like, yeah. She confirmed that that was what was going on, and so I was like, God, where are you? Like, what is happening? And it was so cool because since then, so that diagnosis happened, I want to say July, August, and since then I have a beautiful place to live with some amazing women of God. I have a backyard for my dog. I have my own room, which is something I never thought I'd have. And God has shown up in even this depression that I'm dealing with and shown me all these people that are surrounding me, a lot of them here in this room. A lot of the Bible study that we went through at Matt's, I really, really want to say, please do Bible studies. They really bring you together in the community. But what I've seen, even in my darkest moments, is God showing up in ways that I couldn't anticipate. And I know that's going to happen for this church. And that the word that he gave me for 2019, he gave me like a collection of words, but the main one that he gave me for 2019 for my life was holiness. And I was like, what does that have to do with, like, I thought you were the one who's holy, And he was showing me this morning, as I was praying over that, said, it's a process of sanctification where you're literally surrendering everything to me and trusting my righteousness to be enough for you. And so in every situation that you're going through, his strength is always better than yours. Because I was like striving and trying to pull myself by my bootstraps and get from point A to point B. And he's like, can you just sit? Let me do the work. Because the devil leads you in strife, but Jesus leads you in life. And so it was really cool to see like my striving literally amounted to zero. Nothing. And when I finally went like this and lived with my hands open and said, all right, God, I trust you, it's amazing to see what he's brought me.
Hi, I'm Rachel, and I'm going to piggyback off of what you said about Bible studies. I could talk about a lot of things regarding Prodigal and my journey and just the life that I feel like I've been able to live here, but specifically I want to talk about Bible studies. These two women here, they led a Bible study in Galatians, and it was my first time being back in a Bible study for like several years, and I was a little like, you guys live in San Clemente, I'll come when I can. And I can say I only missed one out of the whole time. And going through Galatians, I think we all said that like Galatians broke us in a lot of ways, but in a lot of good ways. So what I'm going to share with you is my reflection at the end of Galatians. So I wrote a song for Galatians. Behold, I make all things new. Yes, new. I can do that for you. Yes, you. You who are broken, bent, and bruised. You who've been beaten, neglected. abused. I make all things new. Yes, new. I can do that for you. Yes, you. Even you who downed the bottle and raised the hand, and you who lost the fight, the will to stand. The son who ran away, far away. And the girl who gave herself to a boy who said he'd always stay. Behold, my child, I make all things new. Yes, new. I can do that for you. Yes, you. For the person who prayed every day and the person who knew not what to say. Bring me your past, your pride, your sin. Bring your good deeds, your prayers, hearts open. I make all things new. Yes, new. Come to me as you are. Speak my name. I am here. I will make you new. Yes, you. I paid the price upon that tree. So ask of me for grace and mercy. And I shall make you wholly free. A new creation found in me. And so I think that, I know that we have like a name that's coming up, a name change for new life. And I think that's just what I want you guys to be thinking about, is that like it's a new year, it's a new day, and it doesn't have to start with a new year. It can be in the middle of the year, in the middle of the night. He does that for us. He makes everything new. So that's what I'm excited about this year.
Hi guys. I'm just blessed by all of you. Yeah, so this year has just been such a growing one, with Matt just challenging me to be just more stepping into who I am as a person and as a leader, and then Jen for just being that in our prayer meetings, just the encouragement to just press forward and step into things that I'm terrified of doing, like speaking in public right now. So I took off my glasses so I can see you guys. You know, and really stepping into purpose has been just coming slowly and very gradual. And there was a lot of fear in that, but there's also been a lot of freedom from that, of just stepping, knowing that the Lord is going to have you, and that's what Prodigal's story has been since day one. And for me, showing up and then like, okay, God, you told me to rest, and I think I rested for about a few weeks, and then I was on the prayer team when I came. But it was a beautiful transition of stepping into who I am as a person, and then who I am as, you know, God's daughter, and the faithfulness that He's going to provide words, or He's going to provide strength when I have none. And I'm blessed by everyone who's loved me well in those seasons and in those really hard spots. And I'm just so blessed of just seeing people just rise up who you guys are. And I love seeing that so much. That brings my heart so much joy, that you guys just are here and you guys are willing, that we're a willing church. And I love doing ministry with you, Matt, and Stephen, and Aaron, all of you. I love doing ministry with you guys. So.
Hi, I'm Sheena. I was doing the Galatians Bible study with Ray right there, and I just want to shout out that I grew up in a big power church, and my whole life I felt it was comfortable to hide behind not being known in a church. Like, I would serve in ministries, but I was just another volunteer. I was another person. I was another thing. And Matthew, I just no. I feel like I am so excited because I'm not even a year old with you guys. I started Easter of last year, and I'm excited and so astounded by the fact that loving people intentionally and intimately, it hurts and it's scary. Believe me, I wanted to run away, right? Yeah. So you just want to run away. It doesn't feel good, but I'm just astounded by the people that I met here at Prodigal, and the Bible said that we have got to lead, and the humans that have loved us through it. My word, Prodigal, I'm so proud to be a part of you, and I may stumble and fall in it, but to 10 more years. I love you.
Just a little backstory. Just to say what I'm just so proud of both of you girls because leading was far out of the comfort zone. And yet you girls rose to the challenge. And it's amazing to see what willingness combined with Jesus' power can do. And you girls were willing, and God blew it up in the best way. So I'm just so proud of you. This is amazing. So if you had your hands up, you can stay in the back. Yeah, you can stay in the back.
Okay, I won't get emotional, but I remember 4 years ago being in a church, Calvary Church here, and they asked people to stand up if they would commit for a year to be a part of this church plant. And I just felt like, wow, my son-in-law was going to be the pastor. And I thought, of course I'm going to commit for a year. And here it's 4 years, and just to be a part of this church and be part of all your lives and your children and see these little kids grow up, Everett and Blake and now Noah and Willow, and just see them grow up, and I can be a part of their lives, and I'm so blessed. And it's just exciting to see what's happening. I just feel that word that Meredith said, rejoice. I just feel like we can rejoice in what God's doing, and that God choosing each one of us, serving here, and just being a part of this amazing journey that we've been on. It hasn't been easy, and I pray for my son-in-law all the time. I just love him. And little Jameson's here. But I have to say, I do not have any tattoos, and I'm not planning on getting them.
Joyce on the game? Did somebody click Joyce? I love that. I hope somebody got it wrong on purpose just to stick with Joyce. Throw the whole card. Let's do one more. Oh, we'll do
Hi guys, my name is Steven. If I have not met you, I would absolutely love to, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. It's been 4 years of ministry with this guy, so I think I have learned the art of flexibility, to say the least, especially within this last year of, the location change. My favorite is always when I get, a text from Matt on like Saturday afternoon to evening. He's like, hey, I had this idea of, doing this song. Do you think we can pull it off? Text on Saturday, we do it Sunday morning when we were doing it Sunday morning. But just knowing that flexibility is so in our DNA with this church, and I've loved every part of it. I've loved every single one of these past 4 years of doing ministry with you and Aaron and everybody here. So it's just been a complete honor to be part of this church, and looking forward to what 2019 has in store, new locations, new name, new everything. So thanks for all you do, buddy.
It's crazy. You guys don't know. So Steve and I don't go back to high school. We didn't know each other at all before Prodigal. He was brought to Prodigal by somebody who doesn't go here anymore. And it's beautiful to think that God brought us together. It's just amazing. I love it.
I don't usually speak or stand up in front of people, but my word for 2019 is bold, so I'm trying to be okay. And I've been at Prodigal for about 3.5 years, and I just really wanted to share in my heart that I'm just really thankful for this community and what it has meant to me. And just what I've learned really in this past year is just the beauty of vulnerability and to be able to share with what's going on in our lives and being honest with where we're at. I know for me, I really struggle with that. I noticed that the few times that I was able to be vulnerable with people, people are willing to help. And I think that that's what is amazing about this church, is that people want to help and be there for each other and support each other. And so that's something that I'm just really thankful for this church. And I just also want to talk about our small group, just to share a few things that we learned in our group from Galatians and that I would like to pass on to you guys and hopefully bring this into 2019. One of the things that I just wanted to encourage us is just to not compare our lives with each other, and that we also learn that being envious of each other is just as harmful as acting like you're superior to others. And that's not what the gospel talks about. And that we would just really take this year as a church to continue to lift each other up and to just encourage one another. And I also wanted to share that the gospel allows us to be bold and humble. We talked about that a lot in Galatians, and just the beauty of that those two can coexist and that we can grow in those together. And then lastly, my prayer is that we would just continue to carry each other's burdens, and that we would do that with intentionality, and that we would just be there for each other. And I think it's beautiful that, when we do that, when we are intentional with each other, people feel vulnerable enough to be able to share where they're at. And so I'm just really excited to see where Prodigal goes in 2019, and I just want to say I'm thankful for you all, and I hopefully get to know you all better.
Girls taking over the mic time. Love it.
I'll just stand over to the side here. I'll go to the front. So I'll make it short because I know we're over in time. But, being a part of Prodigal for 4 years, I'm just so proud to be a part of this church. And, obviously, for those of you that know me, I have the blessing of being able to serve alongside family, which is a very, rich, unique gift that I've been able to have in my life. I would say that this year what comes up for me as I reflect back on what God taught me at Prodigal this past year and what I've seen about this church community that I've been so in awe of is truly what he said in the beginning, which is God's faithfulness. Being a part of Prodigal for 4 years, for those of us that have been, we can say that we really didn't know if we'd get here. And the fact that we are, I think for me, has taught me a lot about trusting God this past year. When we lost our spot at the movie theaters, I was really worried about my brother and just what God had been doing with leading us there and what that would really mean for us as a church, but losing that. And watching, just this pastor that shepherds us, not even take a moment without doubting and just saying, God is in the boat with us. We are in the midst of the storm. But he is with us and he will continue to guide us. And so sometimes I think that I'm a protective sister over him, but to watch him, just even have that type of faith, I'm sure I can speak for most of us when we say that we also were able to gain that from you, and how God has used you to continue to lead us through this very different path that not a lot of churches have. So as someone that struggles with anxiety and the unknown, to be able to see God lead us in the midst of the unknown and still even in this moment, and to see a community that isn't leaving God's side or each other, to me is the thing that I am so grateful for the most this year.
It's fun to have that be like our rally cry, right? That if God is in the boat with us, we're not going to sink. We felt like we were sinking. We felt like the water was rising. But when we could look at each other and honestly ask each other, well, is God still in the boat with us? We'd say yes. And okay, then we're going to be okay. We will not sink. Jesus ain't going down in the ship with us. He will resurrect us. And so I still feel that today. That was my kind of theme for the whole year. So here's what I want to sum up, right? If you notice, the truth is to be known, it takes effort. Even in a small church like this, right, you can escape and escape out, and you come in and come out. And just as your friend and as your pastor, I want to encourage you to make 2019 a year where you just go one step deeper. I know it's vulnerable to put yourself out there. It's vulnerable to ask somebody to coffee. It's vulnerable to really sit down and have a meal with somebody you don't know. But if I can just encourage you, it's worth it. It's worth it. And I hope next year that there's even new people who would come up and say, I wasn't known last year, now I have some of my best friends in my life. Because I look around here and I see some friends that I'm so blessed to have that wouldn't happen if we didn't invest in each other. So I'm going to invite the band up. We're going to sing one song and we're going to go get some tacos. This last song is powerful because it says that there wasn't a day that God wasn't by our side. Have there ever been truer lyrics for a body? Like, it should have been written for us. I also do want to share, though, there's something really promising that I want you guys to pray on. And it's actually something I wasn't going to bring up, but I was challenged by some of Prodigal leaders. We have a very, very, very promising Tustin location. It's really exciting, guys. Nothing's set in stone, nothing's been finalized, no contracts, but we've toured the property multiple times. They're excited about us. And this week's going to be really big because I'm going to ask them for some bold things. We're going to talk about pricing, we're going to talk about potentially storing stuff on this property. And so one of the leaders said, well, why wouldn't we invite our church? Why wouldn't we triple our prayer? Why instead of having 6 people pray, why can't we have 75 people pray? And I was so convicted and said, you're right. Right? It's not typical to share things that could go wrong. Right? So the vulnerable act, I can say this and he can shut us down and it doesn't even happen. That's never been the way that we've done things here. We've always chosen to be vulnerable. So I need you guys to pray this week. Pray that what God seems to be opening would come to fruition. That the plan that God seems to be designing comes to completion. And we'll probably know in the next week or so, a week or 2 weeks, some really big things. And so that's exciting because we felt God put in this call of Tustin. If you keep hearing the words new life, right, that's our new identity that we're trying to step into. So if you guys can be praying this week with us, I want you guys to stand up. And as we sing this song, I want you to think about what's been shared tonight. I want you to think about the slideshow. Think about all we've been through. And let's sing it from the depths of our heart.